So here it is. It's Wednesday, and we are usually, you know, doing blogging Wednesdays about random things. But this one's not so random. Excuse me, no, I'm not wearing any makeup. I look tired because I am tired. She has had no sleep. We'll get into that, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so for everybody who's in Atlanta, including myself, and a few of our friends around and family, of course, who know, it's been a shitstorm here, people. Uh, and it has been aggravating to a lot of us, um, because people who aren't from here make a lot of comments about um, how we're overreacting about the ice, the sheet of ice that's on the street, and just the pandemonium. It's just pure mayhem outside. It really is. It started yesterday uh, afternoon, and from there it was just downhill, honey. I mean, down. Like, it started snowing, and we were just like, oh, a few snow flurries, and excuse me, it's not gonna stick, and it stuck. When I tell you it's stuck, and it's stuck to everything and everybody. And people got stuck. I mean, stuck where they were, like they're abandoned cars. You go outside, it looks like Armor freaking getting. Like, I went to husband went to the store earlier today. This is today, the day after it all went down. He went to the store, which the store is like a few, just maybe like I could probably throw a pebble and hit it. It's right there. So he went to the store, and it took him an hour and a half. Let me just say, just to go to the store and back. Um, when he came back, he was saying, how he was seeing people, just a lot of abandoned cars still like out on South Cobb Drive, and just in South Cobb Drive is really wide and huge, but it's still like just congested with cars that's just been abandoned. Like, people had just left their cars and started walking, whatever. Yes, last night or yesterday, whatever. So he said there are people like walking up the street with like strings tied around them, with baskets, like, coming from the grocery store filled with food. It looks crazy. Like, it's just crazy. So anyway, let's kind of back up a little bit. So yesterday was my grandmother's birthday. I'm sure you all remember, just because I was making such a big noise about it. And so Manny had to work. He he came home early, and he was working up the street. Thank God. He was working up the street at that, yesterday, just, and which is out of the norm because normally he works in Buckhead. But anyway, he came home and he goes, "You still want to go over there? We had to ride all the way to Decatur from where we are, which is, with no traffic, 45-minute drive." So he's like, you sure you want to go? It's getting pretty bad out." So I'm like, "No, it's just a little snow, and it's grandma's birthday." And he's like, "We could go tomorrow or maybe the weekend or whatever." I'm like, "No, her birthday's today." Let me tell you how we got out there. I was like, probably should have waited. But I didn't say it out loud because I ain't, like, I didn't want to hear him go on no "I told you so" type stuff. I didn't want to hear it. I just not about it. And so anyway, so we made it, and I was glad that we did because yesterday was her birthday, and I'm all about it. So I didn't want to wait, and I'm glad that we went ahead and went. So we went and we spent a little time with grandma, and shame on me, you guys don't know this, but this was her first time, well, grandma and Pop's first time since me and Manny have been together and knowing each other. Their first time ever even meeting them. All right, I know I'm wrong for that, but whatever. We're past it. They're past it. Let me tell you how funny my grandfather is. Sidebar. It was to the point, people, where they didn't even believe that Manny existed. So I had to produce him yesterday, or they was just gonna be like, you lying. No, you ain't married. No, my grandfather requested a marriage license from me. I had to not only bring the man, I had to bring the license. He was Bishop Embry, Chief Apostle Embry was not having it. He wanted to see the receipt, honey. So I had to produce that anyway. So let's get back to so we spent time with grandma and granddad, for grandma's birthday, and it was fun. We did a little video. You probably see it on my page, and it was cute. And then we left just before dark, and we got on the road. I want to say around 3-ish, 4, maybe. We got it might have been about 4 o'clock. We got on the road to head home. Y'all, we didn't get home until, I want to say, almost 11 o'clock last night. It was so crazy. We were hardly passing. We were at some points literally doing a half a mile an hour. No joke. Literally sitting there, I could get out the car and probably walk around. I could have walked a mile faster than we drove one. Seriously. It was just that bad. And then, oh my gosh. So it was by this time it had gotten dark, so we saw this school bus filled with babies, and it was just, I kind of lost it a little bit, just because it was like, oh, poor things, like, what do you do, and the parents must be, bugged out, because these are children. This bus is stuck on the side of the road with kids in it. Not middle school kids, not teenage kids. These were little kids that were just like, mommy, where are you? And it was the saddest thing ever. And it was just sad. Anyway, so I had my friends, usually when I say keep saying we're, because usually when we're doing these Wednesday vlogs, there's 2 other people here. But these 2 other people, excuse me, I have the burpees. They aren't here because they got off work yesterday and got stranded near where they work, and they are still there. This is a whole over a day later, and they're still stuck. It's still that crazy. Now let me tell you where earlier today. So Handsome, right? He got a call from work saying that one of the other managers, had been stranded there since yesterday, with customers that were stranded in the store, and people that worked there that they were stranded in the store, so he couldn't leave them. They were just, he was the only manager there in the store, so he had been there all day yesterday, and then all night, overnight, and they called around 3 o'clock today asking if anyone could get there to relieve him. And of course, dun, 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 my husband, he puts his cape on and goes, I'll be right over, right? So I'm looking at him like, nigga, is you crazy? But guess what? Can't tell him nothing, y'all. He left out of here. I was like, all right, well, here's a blanket, here's some snacks, put some good walking shoes on just in case. If you must, Only thing I can do is get you prepared to be out there. So layer it up and whatever. So he took his ass out here and he went to work. People still trying to get home from work from yesterday, and you leave your house today and go to work. Guess who husband does that kind of stuff? Mine. Anyway, so yeah, like, but it's. I know I'm all kind of all over the place, but this weather has gotten just everybody crazy. And like the kids had to stay the night at school just because we were just so underprepared for this kind of thing. It's just it, we just weren't prepared for this. The parents, the schools, no one was prepared for this. No one was. So it's a little annoying to hear people on the outside say things like, you guys are overreacting because we do it all the time. It snows here all the time. We have blizzards and this and that. No, but we don't have that this weather here often. So we don't have the proper equipment. Not well, we don't have a lot of the proper equipment to respond to it all at one time like you guys do. You know what I'm saying? This is Atlanta. We're used to sun and warmth, and we don't have we might have a blizzard every few years. This isn't a all of, it's not something we expect. It's just not. It's not. So everybody is really all up in arms and bugged out about it, including me, because today it melted a little bit of what was on the street, so a lot of people were able to kind of go back and get their cars, but it was still a whole lot of traffic because people were still on the road from yesterday. And they said that what did melt today was just going to turn back into a sheet of ice after dark. Here's where I have a problem. My husband's out there, and Mr. Superman himself went out there, and I'm hoping that he's not going to try, or I hope it's not too bad for him to try to come home. If I don't know. I guess he'll call me and we'll talk about it. If not, like I don't know. I'm probably gonna do some cussing. Who knows? We'll talk about it later. But yeah, so that's what's going on here in Atlanta, and it's it's sad. It really is. And it I was saying earlier that it puts things into perspective, because those of us who are used to having somewhere to go when it's cold and having transportation, and we are all bugged out about this stuff. Like we are all bugged out. Everybody is like, oh no, like we can't go outside, and that kind of thing. But there are homeless people. There are people who deal with this stuff. That's their home out there. Out there is where they live, and we're, we had to experience it for a few hours, and we were just like, not about it. But they actually live in those conditions and don't have a car to sit in and wait for help to come, or don't have a car to abandon to walk to a home where they could just turn the key. They're out there constantly. They're just out there. They don't have the money to, go to a hotel room nearby, or just go to a Waffle House to get something to eat. And they don't have those luxury. They are out there all the time because that's where they live. We got stuck in their home yesterday, and we did a whole lot of complaining about it. I just pray that things get better uh, for them, and for the people who are not used to, being outside, who are still stuck outside. I just pray that gets better all around for everybody, because no one deserves or should have to live through those types of conditions. They just shouldn't. Like, it's bad. It's sad, and I'm sad about it. Let's explain this makeup though that I'm lacking today. Okay, so I decided not to even comb my hair or anything. It's just no earrings, no nothing. I just don't care. I'm tired. Can you can you see the dark circles under my eyes? Because I'm supposed to I was supposed to get treatment today. Sorry, burpees, and yesterday. Um, and so I'm not feeling so good, but I'm feeling like, I'm alright. Like, I don't, whatever. I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. But I'm not the kind of tired, like sleepy tired. I'm just kind of drained tired. Like, I should really be laying down tired. Can you tell? You can tell, right? And, but other than that, I will not complain, because I could totally be outside right now and I'm not, you know, things could always be worse. Is all I could say. So hopefully my normal girls will be here for our next vlogging session. Safe and sound. Right now, they are safe and sound, but they're not here or at home where they belong. But they're safe, so that's good. Grandma had a good day yesterday, which was beautiful. So I'm still a little high off that, and that's great. Um, but other than that, I'm just home, alone. Well, not alone. Got a bodyguard and an alligator and a pit bull and a few pistols and some knives. So don't try it. So, yeah. But anyway, so I hope everybody's staying warm, staying inside if you can. And love yous lots. Bye.